What up? We back with another vlog in the garage. Dom got these top plates moved on. This is so hype. I've been waiting forever for this. I told you we got the welder back. I told you we're gonna get those plates welded on in this video. And another big news. Oh my god, I forgot about this, that we got these. Y'all ain't ready for this. My parts came back from powder coat. I'm not the guy to go out of my way to do some crazy thing, but I got everything powder coated black. I'm just gonna say that, except one thing, and that would be the main subframe that holds the diff. And this color came out kind of crazy. I had to order it. I had to wait actually 2 days for the powder to come, but I think it was worth it. Here we go. Here's everything that got powder coated black. Powder coating specialists in Fargo, they did a good job. They sandblasted everything for me, covered up all my bolt holes. Looks good. If you just really pay attention to detail, there's not one like imperfection on this thing. I feel like these came out really good with the M logo right here. Woo! Now when I show you guys the subframe, I might give away what I'm going with for an angle kit in the front, but I don't know how close the colors are gonna be. I'm hoping they're like spot on, but I think this one's a little too dark maybe, or not enough of another color. But here you go, guys. This thing is sick. Woo! A little, oh, what was the color called? Something purple, obviously. It is purple. Illusion purple. This thing looks sick with the light on it. God dang, the bottom of my car is going to be prettier than the top of it. Obviously, it's purple, and I don't know how many angle kit companies make purple angle kits, but I'm going with SLR. And I don't know how perfect this is gonna match the SLR. I don't think there's like enough pink in this, but we'll see. I mean, when I compared pictures online, it looked pretty close. So get some bushings in here and get it all nice and put together, cleaned up, stick it on the car. I know not a lot of people are gonna see it underneath the car, but it's just one of those things when you get your car on the lift and you see it, you're like, woo! So I'm hyped for that. So yeah, Dom got the strut tower plates welded on, and he plugged underneath for me here. I had a couple holes and a couple little mishaps grinding this plates off, so he got all that welded up, and now I'm gonna grind all of that off because he had to quick go somewhere, and catch you guys when he gets back, I guess. All right, I got everything grinded off, and I got one painted. We'll steal it, and we're gonna try that out. Got the backside paint on that one. I did 4 coats on one piece of pipe last time, and Dom said he couldn't weld through it, so I only did a light one and a light one there. We're gonna see if that works. I'll keep you updated. All right, we just finished up for tonight. We got one plate welded on. The steel, it works, so we actually have paint behind there, which I'm super glad that it did, because it was not sitting well with me if we didn't have paint behind there, just because even any sort of little moisture got behind there. Rust, you know, and I hate rust. So got the rest of the plates painted with steel on one side, and we got all of the mounts painted ready. Day 2, we back out here. I'm just working on getting the last 2 bushings out of these things, or actually they're out right now. I just spent the last half an hour trying to get these things out of here. Oh my goodness, that was not fun, but we got them out. So now the next thing to do is get all the parts that were over there, get them over here with these things. I gotta get this little cone grinder thing, and I gotta sand all the insides where the paint kind of seeped in a little bit, get those all cleaned up. And I think I'm gonna try and get putting together some rear subframes today. I'm hoping we can get all the bushings in that, and maybe the wheel bearings, and I don't know, we'll see how far we get. But I got everything clamped up, ready for Dom to come and weld them in. I got to figure out how we're going to patch this. I don't know if I'm going to cut that whole circle that's out under there, or just grind some of this rubber away and grind it out from underneath. I got this one to fill, and then this one to fill. All right, we got everything nice and cleaned up. Everywhere there's gonna be a bearing, so, or a bushing. Next, I brought this box out here because we're gonna be starting to put bushings in this subframe. I got my tap and die set right here because I forgot to tell the powder coat guys to cover these threads up, but I tapped them out and we're all good. So I'm gonna get pounding these bad boys in. First off, yeah, we're gonna do the rear subframe bushings. So thankfully, Condor, it comes with literally directions on how they go in with the subframe in the picture. So I'm literally just copying that. We got the first one almost in. I gotta find my rubber mallet, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do these and you can see after. This thing looks sweet with the white. They're all in there. I freaking scratched it up. I didn't find these towels in time. God dang it. Whatever, it's going underneath the car anyways. Next, we're gonna do these ones. It's just these two. 1, 2. So I don't got a bushing puller or pusher, whatever you want to call it. I got this long ass bolt. Got a big ass washer and a smaller washer. And then another smaller washer on this side. And it's working so far. We had to use a little more engineering on this one because on the back side of this thing, you know, it can't sit flat against like that, how I had the washer before. So this one actually has an indent and it fits this thing inside. So that's good. I changed this one out for this one because the bolt wasn't long enough. It's in there. I got the long side on the part that comes up longer than this side. You can see how they're not even right here. This one comes up longer than this one. So if you have the OEM bushings, then you're gonna want the longer side of the bushing. It goes like that, as you can see. I'm gonna do this next one and then we're gonna move on to those. All right, we rigged up another contraption here. This time I put a little WD-40 on so it'll go in a little easier, but same concept. We're pulling in from this way. This, I got rid of the bolt because it was too short. I got some threaded rod instead, so it worked just as planned. Looks real good in there. I'm not gonna bore you guys with doing the next 4 of these things or 3 of these things, so we'll see when they're done. All right, we got every of these bushings put in on this one too. Next, we're going to install these Condor Speed Shop Synchro trailing arm mono ball bearings. That's what it says. So this is the setup we got going on here. We got just this one is just big enough so it doesn't push the bearing that's inside there, and yeah, we got a big enough one that it goes around the outside here, and then the other one push right in. So this is going way better than I thought it would. So for this, I actually have a bearing or a wheel bearing tool kit I bought at Harbor Freight. We'll see how good it works. I got the perfect size so it sits on the outer race of this bearing and it's gonna pull in that way. Yeah, hopefully it goes in good. I got it lubed up. The bearings got 2 different color faces on them, so I just put the black to the back. It's got this little lip on it, and I think that's like a set thing. So for when I first like put it in the trailing arm, it kind of like centers itself. So, and I hope that's how it's supposed to go in, but if it isn't, I guess we'll have to change them someday. We'll see how it goes. All right, we got this wheel bearing in. It's dialed. They both spin. In there, it's kind of making me worried a little bit. That back one's not spinning very well. Well, I put it in the wrong way. Now that I'm looking at this other bearing, front bearing moves good, and this back bearing doesn't. Because when this bearing spins in the back, it spins this whole thing. And right now, that one is pressed up right in there against that thing, so that sucks. And I already got the snap ring in there. As you can see, I got this one good to go. I put the bearing in the right way, got the hub pressed in. This is a complete rear trailing arm. But on the other hand, this bearing's in the wrong way. I'm gonna have to pull it out, order a new bearing, and then press it in the right way. Such a sad day, man. I was doing so good. This was my first time pressing anything in, and I got all this stuff just perfect. And then one wheel bearing. It's always got, but I'll get it ordered and we'll get it in there.